Hello everyone. So today we're going to cover a very special book which is called How to Read a Book. I know. It's kind of like very like what? How to read a book? I already know how to read a book. Some of you might say that, yeah. But to be honest, reading a book is really hard. I'm being honest here. I'm being honest. Reading a book is really hard for me or from my own perspective. It's not that it's hard, but there are some skills that and technique that you need to learn in order for you to know how to read a book to the end. You get what I mean? So that's why I just said, okay, let me just create a summary of how to read a book. Okay? So and we will begin shortly starting now. So right now we are going to begin with how to read a book. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the summary on how to read a book by Mortimer Adler. Like this guy, oh god, he really talked a lot about how to read a book. So, let's continue. So, the previous book purpose. So, let's just talk about the purpose of this book first of all. So the preface establishes that while basic literacy is taught in early childhood, most readers never progress beyond a primary school level of competence. And the book primary purpose is to bridge this gap by providing a formal method for advanced reading. Key motivations for this edition includes, let's see, addressing the speed reading fad. The author argues that the goal isn't just to read fast, but to read at variable speeds. Sometimes slow, sometimes fast, depending on the difficulty of the material. And also it says overcoming incompetence. Many high school and college students struggle to extract the central thoughts of a complex argument. This book aims to provide the tools to fix the sixth grade plateau. Like, to be honest, I was currently reading one book and I was really struggling on how to read that book. I couldn't like extract some of the key things that it was trying to say, and I had to just like I was literally copying the book, copying the whole book, everything in my notes, and that wasn't helping me. Like I wasn't really get understanding how it was. So when I saw this book, how to read the book, I just jumped into that opportunity to just read that book. I downloaded the PDF of how to read the book and now I'm reading it, and I used Gizmo to create a summary of the book. So that's why you're seeing this summary now. So let's look at the third one, which is the systemizing the art of reading. It also introduced a structured approach to different types of literature, science, philosophy, history, and defines the pyramid of books to help readers focus on works that truly nourish the mind. That's so true. Okay, now we look at the next part, the key takeaway. So the book is a guide to moving from passive information gathering to active understanding through disciplined higher level reading skills. So that's just like the key takeaway. So now, here comes the interesting part now. So the active reading foundation, we have to now look at some of the active, we're now looking at the active reading foundation of this book. And so the active reading is the process. It's now trying to now tell us now. I just made a summary of this book, so yeah, it's not gonna cover everything, but this I will make a part two of this video for the next summary of how to read the book. So stay tuned and watch the next video if you are interested in that one. Okay, let's continue. So, active reading is the process of reading with a specific goal in mind and exacting the mental effort required to reach it. The author argues that reading is not a passive activity like watching a movie, rather, it is more like a game of catch where the reader must actively catch the meaning the author has thrown. To build a stronger foundation for active reading, you must understand two distinct goals: reading for information and reading for understanding. Now, reading for information. This is reading things that are easily understood, like newspaper or light article. It increases your store of facts but doesn't necessarily improve your insight. Mhm. So now reading for understanding. This occurs when you tackle a book that is over your head and it requires you to bridge the gap between the author's superior understanding and your own true sheer mental effort. Like that's actually really what I wanted to really wanted what I wanted to do, because like I wanted to read for understanding, not for the information only. So yeah, something like that happens. So now the key takeaway: the more active you are, the better you read. You aren't just looking for facts. You are working to elevate your mind from a state of understanding less to a state of understanding more. Like you, if you understand what it means, from a state of understanding less to a state of understanding more. And that's so true. So yeah, and we have covered that. I wanted to just like, so I just want, that was just like a short presentation of just of how to read a book. I am going to make another part two of the video, so subscribe to my channel, and if you are really interested to watch the part two, you can. It's just my YouTube video there. So I'm going to make another part. So that was actually like really interesting for me because I began to now understand the meaning, the summaries, like understanding more about the book, and it was really engaging too. So I just want to I just felt like making this video maybe short for you to just use your time for that things, but just for now. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'm really grateful I was able to like give you some value today and share some insights on how to read a book, because reading a book on how to read a book is actually important, because if you don't know how to read a book with the techniques, you will now be it will now be like really hard for you to like understand the book you are reading, or the author's book he's reading or you're reading. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.